Today, the ninth anniversary of 911, I reflect on it and I am trying to cope with my personal 911. Today, I basically have not been caught up in the fear and this kind of foreboding and so forth. I think that, I have my own opinion of this whole situation. But as I said, I have also my 911. You see, around 911, I used to be speaking at a guy selling shave. I started telling him what I think about the whole situation. And then sometimes when I go to speak with him, I'm seeing reaching up to maybe turn on something. But other times I go and out and somebody be around and he engage me in this talk and the person listening in. So I suspect maybe told the government and they have the people there to verify what I'm saying. But I'm not saying anything dangerous. I'm not saying that I'm showing solidarity with the terrorists or anything. I'm just saying that, I still have my reservations with the whole situation. But there's another thing. So when my daughter was born in February of '02, people that working for George Bush and Jeb Bush, they come together. They said, you know what, we can take his child away. And they come up with a bizarre scheme. So they ended up taking her away, and that was my personal 911. They've taken me through the court. I mean, I don't want to characterize the court as anything other than an honorable and noble institution. You see, I'm trying to be an attorney, and you have to speak, a certain way. But I can't get any justice. I'm not guilty. I have done no child abuse. But these individuals, these officials, decided that they will take my child to show me that they have the power to do that. And so I've tried all kinds of things. I've gone to the appeal courts, and somebody's taking my briefs and changing it around, making it moot. I mean, they violate my due process. There's a good reason to have a matter overturned. But they still affirm it because of the brief that they've gotten. So somebody's committing fraud in the court and mail fraud. But you see, the Bush family seem to have, even from the father, the second Bush and Jeb Bush, they have a strategy where they will provoke you and do things off camera to you. And when you respond, you don't respond on camera, and then they got you because they be pressing Saddam, and Saddam say something, and then he say got you. So Jeb Bush and them took my child, and like the day the person representing the Department of Children and Family came to take my child, they said that the mom must leave the home, and they left the child with me. But they told the mom not to leave. The court says she should leave, but they told her to stay. So the next day I went to work to drive the school bus. I left the child with her grandmother, but the mother was around. So the Department of Children and Families called me and said, look, we found this child alone with the mom, we taking her. I didn't fight it. I mean, I know that I left the child with the mom, but I know that somewhere around the corner was the sheriff. And if I'd only raise my voice or only tell her, you're not taking this child out of here, they would have come in and now they'd have had a reason to take me to jail and perhaps to take me to a mental institution. Or if I were the type of person that they could, get real pissed off, and you're talking threatening death and so on, and you're getting deadly weapons and so forth. Oh Lord, they love that. But you see, I let them go. I let them take her. And you see, it's not what the court says or what the Supreme Court says or what the state Supreme Court says. It's what God sees is important. And as I said before, the courts could declare you guilty because that's the evidence they have. As one guy says, there's the prosecution truth, there's the defendant's truth, but then there's the truth. That is what God sees. And I know I'm innocent. They've taken my child away just because of me, because they don't like my being black and have an independent view. And so I'm asking God, Lord, help me out here. I'm not going to go out and try nothing because that's what they want. They want me to go threatening somebody or doing something bizarre, and then they're going to shoot you down, put you in jail, or put you in a mental institution. That's how the Bushes operate. And so on this 911, I remember in my daughter that they've taken away from me. And what I have to rejoice about, unlike the Bush family, they went to war with Iraq because, they have big military and so on. I don't have no military. But even if I had a military, I believe what the Bible teaches. that when somebody punch you on the jaw, you need to give them the other jaw. Because, I'm asking myself the question. I saw it from straight up. People think that there's money in war. There's no money in making war again. The last war that make money on was when they went into Iraq, went into Kuwait. That was it. After that, there's no money in making war. And the amount of Americans that died, the amount of Middle East people that died. I mean, is it worth it? I mean, okay, you just justify I'm gonna kill a whole bunch of people and spend $4 trillion. I mean, that don't make sense. I believe what it might be better is to say, look, find who did it, and if a country could be tied to it as they tied Iraq, then say you got to pay for all these buildings replacements, and you got to pay for the lives that were lost. I think that would be an irrational way to deal with it. But oh yeah, we're gonna come up and teach those folks who did this, whatever, and they're gonna spend $4 trillion almost. It's gonna be around that. We still haven't really won the war because we have to leave, and you don't win in Afghanistan. You know what I mean? Bush said, "Oh, we can just bomb from the air," but then you end up going in on the ground, and left Obama now with this ground war. But with me, I'm talking to my God, and look what's happening. The oil damaged the beach in Florida. No tourists down there for the summer. The hurricanes come and take away a whole bunch of stuff. The financial crisis come and cause real estate to go south, and then they can't get no taxes and so on, and they're hurting big times. I look at that southeast of America there, and the amount of evil that's going on over there. No wonder it's back-to-back problems. I think that if people do the right thing, if a cop is honest, maybe you won't be a cop in the first place, but can you be honest in the force? Well, okay. What I'm saying is this. I think if a government does the right thing and follow the Constitution and follow the law of God, I think they'll, in the long run, do better. Because all over the country, we have these financial problems. In California, they'll take your vehicles off the street, make some money. Some states, they'll take you to jail. In Florida, they'll take you to jail and get money. They'll take your kids and get money, but then they're bankrupt. So what about if some state had tried being honest? I mean, I don't think it would be the same. Or even if it's the same, still your conscience will be okay. You still could call on God to help you in, sort of pacifying and sort of making more palatable the difficult times. And so I know that they would like to destroy me, so they're provoking me down they provoke me all the time. But you know what? I'm just talking to my God and say, Lord, you see what they're doing? And I know they have mental problems over the things they do. I mean, the folks that took my daughter, sometimes they'll meet me and talk to me and say, they're sorry they took the child because they're suffering mentally. God beating them up, they can't rest in peace. And so this is my 911 drama, and I know that just as how President Obama came on and was resolving the Iraqi problem, I believe somebody going to resolve my problem. My child has not done anybody anything. I have not violated this child. And for them to take her away for 18 years, I think that they're going to give us back before long, because truth will prevail, and we're not guilty. They haven't convicted us in court, except that they were the corrupt stuff, and because maybe George Bush has ordered them to take my child. And so this is my grief. This is today what I'm mourning about. I'm mourning about them taking my child away and trying to provoke me into something that they could kill me or put me into a mental institution. This is my 911.